We're talking holiday gifts tonight. All GFree and happy gifts for the holidays with I Can Have That, Diane and Jane that do gift baskets for the GFree community. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to that. I hear feedback. Why that happens every time at the beginning. Welcome to GFree and Happy, the show that happens every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, Kathy. I have been GFree since 2009, and I thought this would be a great way to start communicating with GFree people in the online, everything. I've learned so much in just a month right now. So I've had a great time, and this is my show. I'm the host, so it's going to be a fun one tonight. I've got holiday gifts, and we have Jane and Diane from I Can Have That. .com. They have gift baskets for the GFree people in your lives, and they have this corporate this thing that you can order for the corporations out there, and it's just an amazing business that we will be talking to in a few minutes. But right now and there's Diane and Jane right there, and we'll be talking to them in just a couple minutes. But tonight I wanted to also, beforehand, I actually have a few gifts of my own on my website, gfreeandhappy.com/shop. And the first item is actually what I'm wearing. Let me see if I could see it. Hold on. GFree and Happy. It's an apron, and I wear it all the time, and I'm wearing it tonight because it's very comfy, and I don't bake, but I cook a lot, and I'm pretty messy. So I thought this would be a fun item for your GFree person out there that you love. And also I have, if you don't mind, a bib, dear. Can you show that? My producer, my husband. GFree and Happy bib. It's wonderful for little babies. And then I have a t-shirt, a black t-shirt that I have because I think it shows GFree and Happy really well. And I wear it to the gym every day. And the last one is a grocery bag. That's very handy to have. GFree and Happy. My next item I will be placing on my website will be window decals, GFree and Happy. They're not in yet. So then my next guest next week, we're going to do booze and appetizers, and I'm going to be talking to April, and her website is actually Gluten Is My BITCH. I don't know if I can say that word on video even, but I love her blog, and you have to check it out. She had last year a Christmas a holiday gift item that I thought was hilarious and yummy it sounded. It's actually called Bacon Infused Bourbon. And you make it yourself. You put bourbon in a big jug, and then you put bacon grease in the jug with it. And you stick it in the fridge for a couple days. I think she said 4 days. I'll have the link on gfreeandhappy.com tomorrow. But you let it infuse for, say, 4 days. You check it by tasting to see if it's bacony enough. And if it isn't, you stick it back in the fridge until you get that good taste. And then you strain as much as possible out of there. Some people like the bacon grit in there, but I'm not sure if I'd like the grease. And you just strain it with cheesecloth. It's on her blog. And then you put them in little mason jars. And I thought that was a cute idea. And you give it to a GFree loved one. And then my last one, the suggestion before we get Diane and Jane out is, hold on, and that's Gluten Is My, BITCH. Bitch. Anyways, the bourbon, and she uses cheesecloth. I'll be saying it a lot next week because she's my guest, like I said. Anyways, it's a great gift. And then this one, hold on, where is it? Living Without magazine. I found this on Twitter, and And I don't have my Twitter page up, and I forgot who suggested it. Thank you so much. I'll put it on my blog tomorrow. Living Without suggests a whole bunch of great gluten-free books, and I'll have this on my site tomorrow too. It'll have Ultimate Gluten-Free Cookie Book. It's got stuff about how you know if you're GFree or not, and baking, makeovers, eating, cooking for your child. It's great information. So check that out tomorrow at gfreeandhappy.com. Let's see here. We are going to go to Diane and Jane. Hi, Diane and Jane.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Hello. I'm so happy to have you because Diane and Jane are actually on the East Coast, and it's past their bedtime. And they've had a really busy month so far because it's their busy. Is it like your busiest time of the year too?
Absolutely. December is the busiest time of year because gift baskets are a really popular holiday gift. So this is definitely the busiest time of year for us.
I absolutely love the gift items, and we're going to show, I have pictures of most of your baskets. You have a ton of baskets, so I didn't get them all. So why don't we start with, there's one right there. It's the dark chocolate chunk cookies. It's got all sorts of chocolate in that basket. Looks really good. I could eat it now.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're looking at chocolate, and that's a really delicious basket. In fact, we have one of them right behind us.
Well, okay, first of all, let's hear a little bit about you, and then I do want to see that basket behind you.
Okay, great. Diane?
Okay. I'm Diane Goodman. I am a mom and business partner to Jane. We started this business back in 2009, and I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area and moved here about 14 years ago with my husband and 3 children, all teenagers, and Jane and I met through our children.
And I'm Jane Erickson. I'm originally from the Chicago area. We are definitely in the Eastern time zone. We live in Ohio now, right near Columbus, Ohio. And both Diane and I actually are avid cooks and interested in food and family, and that's a little bit about us. As Diane said, we started the business in 2009 after I had been diagnosed as having celiac. My son was diagnosed first, and then we did the family thing because it's often genetic, and found that I also had it. And it was a huge relief to find out that that was what was causing some of the issues that we had all had in our family for a long time. Diane?
My family, we don't have celiac disease, although there's a lot of food allergies that we do have, unfortunately. I shouldn't say
in
that,
your family, you have more than just one food allergy?
Yes, we have, peanut allergy and soy and milk. Not in my immediate family, but in my extended family, we do. So whenever we get together quite often, so we're very mindful of what is put on the table.
Yeah. I just talked to Mona, who watches my show. She's a local business owner here, and she was saying that during Thanksgiving, they would have like bowls passed around the table, and they were labeled, and they'd have to shout out, okay, so this is gluten-free, and this is, no meat, vegan and stuff like that. So I wonder how many other families have that kind of fun.
I think many do, and certainly more and more people are becoming aware of food allergies and intolerances, which is not so that we, as a company, we deal with gluten-free. All of our the gift baskets that we offer are gluten-free, but we also deal with all of the top 8 allergens, which account for about 90% of the allergies that people have to various and sundry foods.
Wow.
So, those are.
I want to ask you, and just by the way, we're on chat. If you guys have a question, please chat in, and I will get it to Jane and Diane. I I want to know how. Okay, so you guys kind of met through your kids,
We
and
did.
you wanted to do business with each other, which is a crack up to me. So, because that's stressful.
Yeah, well, both of us had been stay-at-home moms. We both made the decision to stay at home with our kids, and our kids were getting a little bit older, and we were looking for a way to go back into business that would give us a certain amount of flexibility. That doesn't happen when you have a business, but we were looking for for a way to go back into business. Maybe more to the point would be to say more on our own terms. And because, to make the story quick, my sister actually had come to visit me and my family. And when she left, I was talking to her maybe 3 or 4 weeks later, and she was bemoaning the fact that she had been trying to send me a gift basket to say thank you and couldn't find one. And because she knew our entire house, when we went gluten-free, when my son and I went gluten-free, I took my entire house gluten-free, just because it made it a little bit simpler. And so I started thinking, wow, that's a great idea. And I went to Diane and I said, I know you want to go into business and I want to go into business. Let's take a look at this and see if there's a market for it and what the market is, and see if we can develop this concept. And we started the development of the company in about 2008, and took us about a year and a half to get up and running before we did. And we opened then, we're only online, so I guess we should say we opened our website in June of 2009.
And we're showing a picture of your banner. I can have that is your logo and your business name. And then it has, let's get into some of the products that you sell on your website here. So you kind of have a bunch, like Diane was saying, you have a bunch of different allergies that you cater to. And it says it right there on the banner, too, of the website. In the back here, it's too small, but there's home products, gluten-free, milk-free, egg-free, soy-free, wheat-free, tree nut-free. That's funny, though, tree nut-free, peanut-free, fish-free, shellfish-free. So you chose did you do research on all these, or these were all kind of somebody in your family, or how did you come up with these?
Those are the top 8 allergens that are recognized and are most people have an allergy to.
Okay.
That is growing now, but those are the top 10 that are labeled on products.
And those 8 allergens account for about 90% of all food allergens. And the the labeling laws require that when one of those products is in a product, that it's designated so on the ingredient list. So if you look, when you see those allergen statements, it says it's made in a facility that handles this, that, or the other thing. It's always those 8 allergens that it deals with. So we decided that since about 90%, we knew we couldn't deal with every single food allergy in the world, but we wanted to deal with the ones that most people have.
You labeled them. And all right, so let's go into behind you. You have a basket, your Christmas basket.
Right,
Mary, 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 isn't it called?
Yeah, we have quite a few baskets. We
go back to there. Hold on, they're showing that. Okay, there it is. What? Oh, how pretty! Careful.
Mary, Mary, Mary. This is our Christmas basket this year.
Look at how heavy it is, too.
Yeah.
It's filled with lots of good sweets, I should say. Cookies from Lucy's. Everything, every one of our baskets is gluten-free.
And how did you come about picking those products, too? Are those like your favorite products?
In many cases, absolutely. As I said earlier, Diane and I are both really avid cooks. And one of the problems initially in the gluten-free market was that so many of the products had difficulty getting good texture, etc. Yes. So we said, because we're good cooks, or not good cooks, well, I guess we're good cooks, but because we like to cook, we knew that we could get products that were good, that were also gluten-free. And
nice.
so we set about we taste everything that and what's interesting about it is Diane doesn't have any food intolerances, and she tastes them too. And if they don't meet her standards, they don't go. Because I always laugh. I say, I'm gluten-free. I've been gluten-free for a long time. And sometimes I don't always, I want to make sure that it tastes good to everybody, because we want these baskets to be appetizing to everybody, not just someone who has to avoid that allergen.
And so you have something, I think I counted 25 baskets on your website. Do you have custom baskets you sell too, or is this, kind of the loot that you sell?
We do customization. Sometimes people will come to the website and they won't find precisely what they're looking for. And so we can put together something for them. We charge a small customization fee to do that. It's just $5. But we'll put together, and sometimes we'll have someone who'll call and say that they have a food intolerance outside of the 8 allergens that we specifically deal with. And generally we can accommodate them. We customize within the products that we have. And also recently we had many requests for baskets that were not only gluten-free but vegan.
Yeah,
and
I bet
so
right now it's paleo. Yes, the vegan. Yes.
Yeah, we've identified a number of our baskets that are vegan as well. So that's a popular new addition to our line this year.
And by the way, you're sitting in your storeroom of your business, so I like that.
We're sitting.
Office,
yeah, this is
office. The warehouse, everything.
This is where much of our product is kept. Yeah.
And where you both probably spend a lot of your time too.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so tell me, I'm very curious on how you get the corporate gift program. I thought that was a genius idea.
Oh, thank you. Well, we offer businesses the opportunity to do custom baskets for their clients that they like, because you never know what your client, if they do have an intolerance or not. And so this way we offer some baskets that, like you said, everyone can enjoy, and then you avoid any issues with someone receiving it and not being able to enjoy it.
Yes. There's a question.
The name of the company, I can have that. And one of the things that we talked about when we first, when you're first diagnosed, you feel like all you do is say to people, oh, I can't have that. I can't have that.
I just saw a video online today. Somebody put it on Twitter, and they were saying all the funny things that people ask you when you're gluten-free. And yeah, you probably get a lot of that.
Sure.
I have a question, though, from Twitter, and they're asking, how do you promote the health benefits of your products outside the customers who have to eat gluten-free?
Well, I think for us, what it is that our products are delicious. We have a couple of, and so really what it is that many people, there are lots and lots of people who are gluten-free right now by choice, and many people who are gluten-free because they have to be. How we promote health benefits kind of is that for, obviously for the people who have to avoid these things, it's important. There are certainly many people who believe that living a gluten-free lifestyle has other health benefits to those who are not required to avoid it. And that's a choice that people make, and so we're a great option for those people.
And I think because, as we say, all the products are tested with those who have gluten intolerances and those who don't, and actually both love the product.
Yeah,
so
yes.
It's very good whether or not you have to.
Well, this
Be careful
corporate,
with-
yes, and then the corporate, getting back to the corporate gifts, how did you come about doing, thinking of going towards that business? Because that's a
Well,
great idea.
yeah, I mean, I think most people who work in corporations know that there are holiday gifts that people give out. There are certainly incentive programs that corporations provide to their employees. Anybody who, works to make your company a success is someone that you want to recognize and thank. Whether that person is within your company working hard to make your company successful, or whether the person is outside helping your company grow
It's kind
and
of
be
like,
successful.
yeah, telling that person that I understand you're gluten-free or you have this allergy and I want to make sure it's a special gift.
Right.
Not
And
other than like wine. Of course, I like wine, but not, other than that, kind of going a little deeper into the treats and stuff.
Yeah, and we like wine too. And I mean, there's certainly, yeah.
But I think even if I'm sorry,
Go
even
ahead.
if you don't know if the client is gluten-free or has any any allergy intolerances, you're saying to them that you're thoughtful enough to avoid
Yes.
those things that may be
Yeah.
an issue, and you will, and also, but these are very good products that you will enjoy.
Yeah. We've had clients who've come through and they say it doesn't matter whether or not this person maintains a gluten-free life or not. They might, and this way we can give them something that we know that everybody can enjoy. And I think also one of the things that people with food intolerances often feel is a sense of isolation and a sense of feeling different. And so sometimes it's nice to
Good
think
point.
that if 5 people are going to get gift baskets, you're not the odd man out getting the different one.
Special.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
it's a
that's
nice
good
way.
point. Yes.
yeah, and I think that it's a nice way for people to recognize employees or customers and not ever be in a position, hopefully, obviously there might be food allergens that are not dealt with, but not be in a position to give them something that they simply can't eat.
Yeah. Definitely.
So,
I have a question too. What is like the most popular basket you have that you sell at this point of the?
well, I think there's 2.
I was going to say.
Yeah, we
There
have
are
2 that are very popular. And interestingly, because we certainly have seasonal baskets and we change baskets in and out as certain baskets are more successful than others, but we have 2 that we've had from the very beginning. One is called the Nosh, and it is a collection of all sorts of sweets and savories that are snack foods, and it's a lot of fun. It's just got all sorts of different types of things in it.
I
Lots
think we're
of
looking at the
fun
nosh now on screen.
and things like that. The other,
Licorice and gummies.
yeah, licorice and licorice. Interestingly,
Yeah, I saw that.
really hard
So-
to find.
Let me wait. Put it up a little closer to that screen because I had never seen. I am such a licorice fan. That
And
is
it's-
so good.
Yeah, and it's interesting. This is delicious licorice, and it's
So good.
really hard to find gluten-free licorice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because I have to admit, when I was first diagnosed, I was stunned because
That
I
it
was a
had
real
wheat.
Swiss.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a Swizzers fan,
Us
and all of a sudden
too.
I was like, I can't eat them anymore.
It was always a fun treat when we were on the boat, and everybody can enjoy it except me now. So that's very sad. So if that licorice is good, I'm gonna want some of that.
Yeah, we're gonna send you some licorice, Kathy, because you need to have some.
Thank you.
And this is really delicious. My other son, who's not gluten-free, loves this licorice.
Oh, very good.
He always asks. He said, "Do you have any extra?" every time he comes to the office, he said, "Do you have any extra? Can I have some?"
So
Very,
I would
very
think it's a lot of fun to get these gift baskets together for your clients and your customers. It would be a lot of great researching and of course tasting, right?
It is a lot of fun, and also what's really fun is that we work with a lot of small manufacturers whom we know and whom we have a relationship with. People who are really terrific and dedicated to manufacturing great food.
And very passionate about what they do.
It's
Very
nice.
much so. Very much so. And the other basket we said we had 2. The other one that's very popular is one that we've had since the beginning. and it's called the Continental, and it's a breakfast theme. And we actually
have
have
it?
one of them right here.
Oh, I don't have a picture of that one, I don't think. So let's take it up to the camera. Good. Ooh, let's
This
see.
is our Continental, and it's it and the Nosh are our two most popular baskets, and it's got muffins and biscuit mix in it, and then honey, some terrific organic apple butter. These
Blueberries.
are blueberries that are fabulous.
Huh.
They're actually moist blueberries. They're packed in a grape juice.
It's called the Caviar of Maine.
Yeah.
Oh my
State of Maine.
gosh. Cool.
Absolutely
So-
wonderful.
We try, and this honey is from North Carolina. The apple butter's from Maine. And then this manufacturer right here, 123 Gluten Free, is she's here in Ohio.
Real. That's
And
nice.
they're terrific. And she's actually too. What's interesting is she's one of the first manufacturers to do some fortified flours and baking mixes, because, as you know, the gluten-free flours are often not fortified.
Yeah.
And so
oh,
she's
finding
offering
that
some fortified.
out. Yes.
So, and all of our products, incidentally, are natural. We don't use products that have preservatives, et cetera, in them, which is something that we find that people with food intolerances appreciate.
You guys have given me so much information for great gift items, and I'm going to have you back on the show sometime after the holidays and you relax, so we could talk more about what's in those baskets, because it
We would
sounds like
love
they're
to.
unique.
We would love to.
Oh,
Absolutely
good.
love to.
Thank you both. And you want to tell us where everybody can find you so they can order those baskets tonight?
Absolutely.
You can find us at www.icanhavethat.com on the web. You can find us on Facebook, I Can Have That, and Twitter at
I can have
I
that.
Can Have That.
Real fast.
we have
How did you come up with
presents
I Can Have That? Did somebody say I can have that? And that was your name?
That was the
Pretty
point.
much.
Yeah.
We were kind of, well, we could.
We were
you know,
trying to turn
find
that. We were trying to turn it around when people, instead of having to say "I can't have that,"
Oh,
they could say,
yes.
"Wow, I can have
I
that."
love it. That's very good. Oh, here I yelled
So
in the
that's
mic.
where the name comes from.
Nice. Well, thank you both for being on the show and being up so late, because I know it's really busy for you.
Well, thank you. It's our pleasure.
Thank you, Kathy,
Thank you.
very much.
Okay, so hopefully I gave you some great holiday tips for that GFree loved one. Hint, hint to my children who I think are watching. So until next week when we have April from, hold on, Gluten is My Bitch. We're going to be talking booze. She's actually going to mix drinks next week with me on live and talk about some great appetizers. Until next week, this is Kathy with GFree and Happy.